So the platform, it's software and some hardware that goes on the premise. In most cases, we put a box locally on the site, and it helps interact with the cloud. And we have a big portal that you go log into both from a dealer or an end user side to get data across a lot of different applications. And so the goal of this is to provide more monthly recurring RMR type opportunities that people either didn't know about, or we make it easier for them to get into it without being experts, right? So if I'm an alarm guy and I've never done digital signage, I don't really have to be an expert because I can use this platform and the same box. So those are some of the things that we're trying to help people with. Simplify and grow their business revenues. Getting into the platforms. So our original box was the IOBOT base. Okay, so on the front side, there's a router. On the back side, there's lots of IO to connect to. And so we call that our multi-service platform. We have the Nano, which came out next, and literally that fits in the size of your hand. And all it is a little tiny router. Sits on the network and does a lot of scanning and can talk to some different things depending on what you have. We have the Image, which allows us to do digital signage. It has an HDMI port on there. So it gives us the ability to do some network processing, some video. We're using it as a video platform for taking in live streams of cameras and doing processing in real time, and can do a bunch of things. And then the Max is our enterprise edge, we call it, and that's really a true gigabit Ethernet router platform. So that can sit there as the router. It can sit there as a network processor to do video, larger amount of video, and other things. And so it's really software. And so lastly is that if we find a partner and they love this thing, but they're like, God, I want to put this on a Dell Blade server in my farm to do bigger things and have even higher horsepower, totally can do that. We run our software on a virtual machine on Azure in the cloud for certain applications. So literally that hospital, if they said, I don't want to have any of my data leave the building, we can run our entire platform on a VM in their building, and it's just a separate instance of our entire thing, and none of the data ever has to leave. Communication is a key piece of our technology, so we have a bunch of different things. So from the beginning, cellular's been there. So we have, and it's modulars. You can see these are called CMs, communication modules. So when they plug into our board, I have modules that can do US or other countries. So I can go to Europe, I can go to do a Japan version, and I can do different carriers depending on what it may be. So today we have a version that does AT&T, Sprint, and Verizon in the US on the same module, right? So we can put different SIMs in and get you what you'd like. We support Z-Wave technology, LoRa, which is it's a very low speed, but it goes very far. We support both a high-speed and a low-speed satellite option. And so we're working with some Napa Valley people that have no coverage, Malibu, kind of places like that, where there's no coverage, but they need an alarm uplink, and they don't have any cellular in the area. They have an analog phone line, but nothing for backup. So now we can give them with the low speed the ability to do alarm reporting anywhere. So you can put it on a boat. You can put it on a building that has lots of jewelry in it, and they want something greater than cellular and internet and POTS. And then we use the high-speed one for backing up data or getting to cameras. So now you can do cameras and alarm and phone. So we have another one going in this week for a panic room. because that thing's only about 10 inches by 10 inches, 12 inches maybe, something like that. So it goes up on the roof, it's permanent, or out the side of the building, and it doesn't really look like a lot, but that gives you the ability in real time to make phone calls, surf the net, and our router does the failover, right? So it's looking, it's, you know, because the goal, it's expensive. You don't want to use that as your main link. And we do all the failing over within our box. And that's a big piece of what we do, is we can like tell you stuff when it goes down, switching over, hacking, all that kind of stuff. We can kind of show people and have messaging between the AlwaysON cloud and our local devices.